Yeah, morning everybody. Yeah, Sunday morning, about 9 o'clock. Yeah, this really is the start of another video because I wrapped it up last night. Told Cindy to call it quits. Let's do that one. Yeah, the plan today is I've got a few bits and pieces. I've got, just as I said in the last video, just going to sort out where these walls are going here and cut these panels in on this side. And then I've got some work to do up under the bow of the boat. Just put some more insulation around the water tanks and that, and just attend to that, get the cable through for the front headlamp or whatever you call it, searchlight. And then I'm going to have an almighty clear up, have a good dung out, sort a lot of stuff out, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to move the bed down this end to where the bed would be, and basically bring the heaters down this end, because where the heaters are dominated that end of the boat, the ceiling's dried out quite a bit, which is fine. But because I want to get a final coat of paint on that perhaps later on next week, I thought, well, let's get the heaters up this end now constantly and just get this one tightened up with the heat. And also I can then concentrate down the back end of the boat. I need to get the back end framed up and insulated as well, get the back doors on, or stern doors on. All this boat terminology, it's hard to sort of get it right, like, but anyway, that you all know what I mean. But yeah, thanks for the messages again, and I'm glad that you're all enjoying it as much as I'm enjoying doing the boat, like, you know. And yeah, I am cracking on with it, because with anything, if you don't get on with it, it never bloody gets done, does it? So I've always had the philosophy, it's like, if I go and do a job for somebody, I'll go there and get on with it. That's what I'm there for. I'm not there to bloody bugger about. You get the job done. You have happy customers then, like, because you know that you can deliver, like, you know. But anyway, yeah, so then through next week I'm then going to go and hopefully get the birch plywood, because on these side panels I'm using birch plywood, which is a good quality, very thin veneered tight ply, and because I want to round the bottom edge off on it, because I don't like all these stick-on bloody cover beads that most narrowboats seem to have, like, you know. I don't like all that, like, you know. So basically I'm going to have a finished rounded edge down here, and all my sidewalls are going to be painted in, like, you know, a bit of colour, keep it nice and light, because as much as I like wood, I don't want to see a completely wooden panelled tug and groove boat, like, you know. But that's just my preference, like, you know. But anyway, that's enough of me waffling on. Yeah, I'm going to crack on and speak to you all later. Well, hello there. Just been fitting out the front cabin. Because since we're not having any gas in the front there, decided this can be a front cabin. A little bit tight, but I suppose if we want to take on any staff or have an au pair or a student, we could rent this out, like, you know. But there we go. Speak to you all later. Well, time's getting on, but I've now just shifted the bed up this end of the boat. Yeah, there we go. That's the IKEA slatted bed slats that I'm using. As I say, I use it temporary like this for now. It's actually right in the position where the bed is going to be going, but then when I make the cross bed, I should alter the bed frame so that the bottom section comes out so you can walk past, because we'll be walking past this way, the gangway. But yeah, I felt trouble is with when you have a mattress on a plywood base, you know, you do get a lot of condensation from the body heat and all that underneath. And I didn't want to go down that line. There's all sorts of supposed things you can get to put underneath it, but I don't think they're any good, like, you know. When I sort of used my wagon for quite a bit, I had the same sort of thing. I've done it on ply, and you know, you take the bed up, mattress up, and it is quite damp under there at times, so this should actually alleviate that, having the slatted beds. Plus it's also a lot more comfortable by the time we get a decent mattress made for it. But anyway, there we go. I'm just going to get sorted out now, get my bed on here and have a bit of dinner and call it a day, and then crack on with it all again tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Here we go, done my tea, had a scratch around to see what I could find in the store cupboard. And anyway, we've got cannelloni beans with curried haggis and a couple of slices of bread and butter. And just like they do in the posh restaurants, I've got it served up on a plate of wood. In the posh Indians, they serve it up in the frying pan, don't they? So, you know, here we go. So I'm going to get on and have my tea now. Yeah, morning everybody, Monday morning. Yeah, today's effort is, or big push, is we're down the stern of the boat now. Basically sort this wall out, get the framework in, get the doors on, get the finchlet in, get some holes cut in for the collar fire to go out for bring the feed pipes in. Yeah, quite a bit of work to do down this end. I'm going to have to just go and get my lead unplugged, and I'm going to bring that in through the side hatch now, because that's going to drive me in up the wall, that being there in the way. Yeah, and I'm going to have to move the steps down from the front of the boat, because for the next few days now, main access, I'll be coming in from the stern of the boat, because I've got the cross, but the bed's up the other end, so I don't want to be clambering across there. So just getting a bit of preparation. Just, get me back into it and get me steps moved down the other end. I'm really glad I made these steps. They're so substantial, you can just walk up and down like a normal staircase and feel totally safe getting in and out of the boat. It's surprising how many times you got to get in and out of the bloody boat. There we go. That's the steps or stairs moved to the back of the boat. I've just moved the lead round, so now I can get good access to the stern of the boat. So yeah, here we are, ready to get started and transform this end of the boat. I'm glad I made these steps, because I also made this set for inside here as well, which again are only temporary, but they'll give me a chance to work out exactly how I want to do the steps. But at least in the meantime, I've got good access to get in and out while I'm working this end. So yeah, here we go. Speak to you later. Oh, here we are. I'm just rebaiting the doors out to fit into the metal frames. Quite a reasonable day out here. It's not cold. Everything's defrosted nicely. Yeah, this one. So you've got to rebait the back out and the edge out. A bit awkward holding the camera and doing this, but bear with me. So yeah, I've rebaited that out so that then closes in on the metal frame. Then there's obviously the hole to drill out there as well. They've got a bit scratched going through the saw, but then I knew that had happened, because that's why I wanted to just get a few coats on just to seal them up. But yeah, we're progressing here anyway. Speak to you all later. Yeah, I'm just rebaiting some timber out to go up the framework up by the doors. Here we go, a bit noisy, but there we go, that's how it is. That's them rebaited out, and I'll show you where they're going. Turn the camera around. Yeah, I've got the framing in now for the back here, and I've just been pulling some more cables through, because this is where the fuse box and everything's going to be. These blue ones are for the mains power for the 240 volts, which will come through an inverter or off a generator or shore power. It's not that we're having a lot of 240 power. I've just run it all the way down to the front of the boat to where the washing machine cupboard is, so the only power we're having down there is for the washing machine, and then one socket in the bedroom so Cindy can do a hairdryer and a tongs and all the other bits you girls do. And then I'm just going to have one socket over here by the on the side of the oven, just in case we want to do anything. You know, we intend to not to be big on 240-pound stuff. And then I'll also put a socket just in the corner here if I want to run a power lead out for a jet wash or any power tools or anything like that. So yeah, it's all going well. I'm going to go to the office now, see if any parcels arrive, because there's a couple of things I need. Speak to you all later. Yeah, hi there. Just thought I'd bring you in on the last. I'm just cutting I've got the other side cut out. I'm just cutting this last hole out. I was very lucky because I went there. When I did the front doors, I buggered up the cutter. You've got to be so careful with these, otherwise you can blunt them very easily. But anyway, I'm nearly through on this one now, so I just thought I'd bring you in on it on the final cut through. Success! There we go, one hole cut. That's all the holes cut. Because I was so bloody finicky wanting to put round vents in. But if you want, what I'm trying to say, if you want to have what you want to have, you've got to put up the consequences of doing it. But anyway, that's done. Looks like it's going to bloody rain now, but time for that cup of tea and slice of cake, I think. I've just had to rig up the tarpaulin over here, because last week I had the snow on the front of the boat trying to get the doors on. Now I've got a bit of rain now, so I've just got it up before it starts to chuck it down, so that's good, because I can then carry on with the doors into the evening. Well, I've just got the back doors all glued in now. So I'm going to take the opportunity to get off over to a company called James Latham that specialise in timber and boards and that, because I've ordered a dozen sheets of birch ply which we're going to go and pick up. So I'm just going to cover this up now and get off over to them and pick it up. Here we are, I've arrived at James Latham's. Just go and get the paperwork done and then get loaded up. There we go, that's the birch plywood loaded up. So hopefully I can get back before it gets wet. For 5 minutes on the way back. I'm nearly back to site now. Yeah, the snow is all but gone. There's just odd little pockets of it knocking about. The tow path's really wet and mucky. Of course, I've just fallen over in it. There we go. Good job I didn't go out in the snow. Oh, here we are. I've got back. I've got changed because I was absolutely covered in mud. All that remains now is to get this plywood off the roof. I'm going to put it on top of these couple of planks here on top of this steel, which gives me a nice little workbench. So tomorrow I can get out here, weather permitting, and get it cut down to size. That's the plan anyway. So yeah, that's about it really. It's a lovely day now. The sun's out, it's quite bright. I think spring could be on its way. Here we go, that's all the birch plywood off. We'll get that covered up with a tarp in a minute, and then weather permitting tomorrow I'll get all that sliced up and get it in the boat. But the reason I'm using birch ply, as I said before, is it's a lovely clean, very fine finished plywood, which they use it for toy making, furniture making. You can stain it, you can paint it. Yeah, it comes in various grades. This is sort of, I forget what grade this is now, but it's got one really good finish on the front, and on the back it's not that perfect, but it's still usable, like, you know. But we're only concerned really with one side, so this is plenty good enough for what we need. So yeah, there we go, all wrapped up. Right, better get indoors and back in the boat now, get the kettle on and have me cup of tea and a slice of cake. So I've had some parcels arrive, and I think Mrs. Crimble's delivered. Hello there. Anyway, I got down to the office and there was some parcels, but of course I've got a dilemma now, because when I was out picking up the timber, I also picked up some hot cross buns when I was in Asda. But of course I got the parcel and look what we got here. We've had Mrs. Crimble's has delivered. We got the stemmed ginger and the Dutch fruit cake, but I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have the we're going to have to go for the buns at the moment, because they'll go off, won't they? But the fruit loaf, that will stay nice and fresh, packed up. So yeah, I'm all right for another couple of months. Well, not a couple of months, a few weeks worth of Mrs. Crimble's, like, you know. But there we go. Right, I'm going to have my tea now and speak to you later. The back doors, I've just got to now make a joining strip to go down here to close the gap off between the two doors, but I'm running low on bits of oak that are suitable. So unfortunately, my good old trusty tripod that I made the other month to come up here is going to have to donate one of its legs. So I'm going to amputate it off about here, and that'll give me enough to machine up the strip for the door. And then we'll have to find a donor leg for it and get it back in action. But I thought that might amuse you all. Well, it certainly amused me. So yeah, the tripod's going to donate one of its legs for a transplant to go as part of the back doors. Of course, the other thing is that I can't use the tripod to demonstrate cutting off the bloody tripod leg, can I? So I've had to balance the camera on the side, because I've felt that it is best that everybody witnesses this complete madness. So I'm trying to prop the bloody camera up. Yeah, here we go. Off with his leg. He's not going to be much use now, is he? Well, I suppose you could stand him there like so, but there we go. Two and a stump. Yeah, hi there. I have just made this is a piece here now. That's the section that I've made to go up the centre of the door there. So I've just got to glue that in position. I've got some glue ready, and then that's going to be me finished for the evening. I have also repaired the camera tripod. Unfortunately, I didn't have any oak that was suitable, so he's had to have a pine leg. So I can already see he's going to be the odd one out, because there's 3 legs and those 2 are made of oak and he's made of pine, so they're going to pick on him, I expect. But anyway, I hope that gives you all a bit of a giggle. Speak to you all later. There we go, that's that all glued up. Yeah, I'm going to stop now, have a bit of dinner, a bit of TV, give Cindy a call, and then it will be back together tomorrow. Everybody, lovely day. I'm outside. I'm going to get this. I'm getting this wood cut up, so I thought I'd just do a little bit of filming showing you that. I'd just like to report that tripod had a comfortable night and has made a full recovery. But as new pine leg pointed out to the other 2 legs, that they must be slightly inferior, because otherwise one of those would have been chosen to go for his part of the boat. So I think he's got his own back on them. But anyway, that's enough of that nonsense. I'm going to pop it in the tripod, and we'll get to it. And thank you for all those people sending messages in. I see Cindy put it out bright and early this morning, so whether or not people are going to be late for work because of watching the latest episode or not, I don't know. But I did start watching it, but because I hadn't seen it finished, but I needed to get on, so I'll catch up a bit later. Anyway, enough of that waffling on, let's get on with the job in hand. Yeah, and that's how I cut the boards. Basically, I tip it upside down, backwards, so it's face down. do the cut, because the way the saw angle, because I want an angle cut on the top, so by cutting it off the back edge it gets the angle right on the front. Then I tip it over and run the router along the bottom edge, which would be the bottom edge of the panelling. And again, I haven't finished inside on the back doors what I was doing, but because it's a nice day today, I want to get out here, get all these cut, take advantage of the weather, because in this sort of game, well, you've always got to work with the weather really. So yeah, I'll get these cut and hopefully get them in the boat before we get any potential rain. So anyway, I'll crack on with it. Yeah, I've got these offcuts left, but that's cool because they'll all be incorporated. I'll probably end up making various other bits and pieces for the boat out of those, so they won't go to waste. But anyway, I'm going to crack on. So right, there we go. I've got the template now, so that's got a nice finish or fit all the way to the top. So all I've got to go do now is go outside and offer that onto the piece of ply, mark it out and cut it out well, and then hopefully the ply should come straight in and go straight in the hole. I will see. Right, there we go. I've offered that onto the piece of ply now, so I'm just going to draw around that and then I can cut it out. And the good thing is I can keep that template now for the other bulkheads, like for the bathroom wall bulkhead and the bedroom bulkhead where it meets the washing machine cupboard. I can use that a few more times yet, so it's worthwhile taking a bit of time to make a template. Yeah, there we go. That's that bit dropped in. It's not fixed yet, but so I have the finchlet fixed on the back. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, morning everybody. Yeah, I made the right choice yesterday because it's absolutely chucking it down with rain out there. But I feel quite smug because I've got all my boards cut and they're all in here. So yeah, today's little exercise is we're going to start getting some top panels through. But this bottom line isn't dead straight where it's gone up, so because I want to get a straight line, of course I'm in such a muddle I can't find my string line, so what I've done, I've got one of these offcuts and I'm just putting it along here, and I can see on this bit I have got quite a dip in it where I need to straighten that up, because once this ball's on, when I make the moulding up to go underneath, I want it to look nice and parallel, so I'm just going to put a pencil mark along here, then I can plane off the batten underneath to get it straightened up. It's not a lot, but if you don't get it right, it'll look a bit of a pig's ear when it goes up, like so. Yeah, I'm just straightening it up. If I could have found my string line, that would have been even better, but we won't worry too much about that. Well, there we go. Got the first board up. Obviously I've had to put the finching on the back of the board as well, so it's a bit time consuming with cutting it in between all the uprights of timber. But anyway, that's the first one on. I've now got to do the next one and cut out for the window, and I'm just going to stop and have a bit of breakfast and then carry on. Yeah. Oh, hello there again. Yeah, just getting this next panel on. Just sticking the finchlet on the back. And what I've had to do with these is I've got to put it on in panels in between the battens, because I don't want to put the finchlet right across, because I want to be able to make sure I get a glue between the plywood and the upright timbers so it sticks properly, because I don't want to put a lot of face fixings through, because you know, I'm having this as a painted surface, so I don't want to do loads of filling of screw-ons and stuff where there's no need. So the finchlet needs to be cut in between the between the battens. But yeah, once all this plywood's up, that will be the end of the finchlet. But so far, I'm actually quite impressed with the, you know, how warm it's been on the boat, even with all the cold weather. Because I've only had like a electric panel heater in here. There we go. So we can get a bit of this stuck on there out of the way. Yeah, so that just sit on down there, like so. Like so. Something like that anyway. Yeah, it don't take really long, but I am really glad that I went down this route with the fistula, because it's been nice just to be in control. Not that I'm a control freak, but just how I want to do it. I've had nobody else has to come in the boat and get on and do it. No bloody mess to clear up. And yeah, if I was to do another boat, I'll probably do the same again. And if it can keep it cool in the summer, it also keeps the noise out as well, apparently. As I say, I don't go into much reading loads of facts and figures. If I can see something and I quite like the idea of it, I'll run with it. I don't need to be convinced. If I see something that I feel, yeah, actually that's good shit, you know, I'll go with it. But yeah, as I say, a lot of people not the industry, or not really interested on industry standard. You know, I like to do it my way, really, to be honest. Anyway, there we go. Oh, I forgot to do the end strip. Got to glue that in piece. There you go, that's all ready to go. Right, I think what we'll do is I'll let you see me put one of these put one of these panels up on my own. What I've done here on the edge of the board, I've glued a strip of plywood behind that one, so when the other one butts up to it, it will carry the joint nice and tight, hopefully. So anyway, I'm going to put you back down here on the tripod, which I'm still on the tripod, and see me put it up, or try to put it up. So yeah, we're going to put some glue adhesive. This is wood, lumberjack wood adhesive, very good stuff. It goes off within half an hour, so you've got to work quite quick with it again. So we're just going to run a bead all the way on all of the woodwork. Now, I do tend to get through no end of this stuff, but it is all very good stuff. Well, I think it is anyway. It does what it says on the tube. Alright, so that's it. We'll just have a little bit extra down that joint there. Move that one in a little bit with my finger. Right, that's it. Now we've got to get the bloody board up. So here's the board. Coming up. Don't forget to put the cable through. This is the light switch for the saloon. clamp on there. Use your edge, whatever you can use to hold it when you're on your own. Up there. Use the French hammer. Where's the hammer gone? Ooh. Oh, puffing and going a bit. I'm in such a bloody mess here. But, never mind. Right, let's pull that out because I think it's been a bit of a nuisance. I think that's going to be as good as that's going to get. Right, I'm happy with that right there. Right, that's it. Clamp on that one. So yeah, we now just go along and get all that bottom clamped up. Now, right, I've just marked this out. Got a circle marked out here for the first porthole down there, so hopefully we got it in the right place. So I'm just gonna do a just made a 3 holes, elongate the holes. You've got to be careful as you snap the drill off when you do it. Then you can just pop the jigsaw straight in like so. make sure I don't cut anything underneath, because I'm quite good at that. I can be quite good at that. Yeah, I was cutting a sheet of ply one day. We're doing a bathroom, and I used it, set the ply down on the corner bath, using that as a worktop. And I only went and cut the bloody corner bath, didn't I? Cut the back corner off. But anyway, we got over it. We just let the bath in about an extra inch into the wall, and job was a good one. You know, got away with it. But yeah, you got to be careful when you're cutting stuff. That's a big hole, isn't it, for a big old boy to get through, isn't it? But there we go. One porthole hole cut out for the next ply panel. Speak to you all later. Down we go. Squeeze. Yeah, good morning everybody. Friday morning. Just had a good clear out. As you can see, I've got that side of the saloon and kitchen boarded out, and some down the end. I'm just cutting that piece down the end there, and then I'm going to start coming up this side. There's the piece on the table there already marked out. Hopefully I've got it the right size. I have templated the top, and yeah, I also went outside and I got the louvers on the back door vents yesterday. Unfortunately I broke the bloody tap off for the machine screw, so I've had to order another one in, but there we go. Yeah, anyway, we're progressing. I've got that piece on down the end, and I've got this first panel offered in. It's not fixed yet, but as you can see, what I've done, I've brought it so that the join is halfway on the window, because then that minimises how much exposed joints we have. And then this next sheet, that goes from centre window to centre window. So although it's quite a long sheet, it's not actually 8 foot long like a normal standard sheet. It's less than that. I've cut that down to 2.2. So basically it means I just minimise the number of joints going down, and I try and hide the joints as best I can. So on the centre there, this one coming up here, the join would be there, so there's only one small cut joint. You know, I'm hoping that by the time that's painted, I'm not going to have to put any cover strips down there. As I said before, I don't really like cover strips, but I've got a good line all along the ceiling line as well, so that should hopefully just paint in unless we get loads of shrinkage and drying out. But we'll have to wait and see on that one, like, you know. But there we go. just thought I'd bring you up to speed with where we're at. So hopefully I'll have this other side done today, and then a bit of a clear up because Cindy's coming up tomorrow, so I'll down tools and spend 24 hours with her. She's only coming up for a short visit. She'll be up tomorrow morning and go home Sunday lunchtime. But yes, I'm looking forward to seeing her and little Roxy. Speak to you later. Yeah, I just bring you in on this one. I was just about to put the jigsaw to cutting that out, and then I suddenly realised I've actually got the bloody thing upside down. So I'd have been well peed off if I'd have done that, because that would have basically ruined the sheet. So yeah, luckily I found that, but I thought I'd just let you in on that one. So I'm just now going to reset the panel up and get it the right way around. I'm just on the last piece in the saloon now, up in that corner, and this is the board I'm just about to put some glue on. But I just thought I'd show you this. This is the back end of the board, the back side of the board, which basically has got, the reason they don't use that as a finished side because of all the knots in it. But I just thought I'd just show you that, because, you know, depending on what I was making, I would actually use that as a design on something. Because basically how they make this is when they cut the logs, they then put it on a big, they trim all the bark off, and then they have a big blade come along and it comes off and it peels it all off, and they just basically strip the log, and that's why you get all the knots repeating, because this would have been like a branch and then a branch coming into the main trunk, and so you see the knots all the way through. But it's sort of quite a nice design, I think. But if you want to see how plywood's made, just get on the good old YouTube and tap in Russian birch plywood manufacturing, and you can see how it's made. It's quite interesting. There we go, just thought I'd share that with you all. Yeah, hello there everybody. Yeah, just going to get this panel fixed up now, so I thought I'd have a little bit of filming. Friday lunchtime. Not that I'm having any lunch yet, but we'll get some glue on this one and get this up. Yeah, glad you've all enjoyed the latest one. So we've got a few more subscribers. Welcome on board. That sounds funny, doesn't it? Welcome on board, because we're doing a boat. But yeah. Oh, forgot to scrape that out. Oh, that's the end of that tube. I think I've got a bit in this one. Perhaps we haven't. Perhaps that's a tube. Need to get another tube a bit quick. Unprepared. Unprepared. There's a bloody knife now, cut the end off. Chisel do. Take this bit of dry glue off from this one, otherwise it's not going to butt up properly. Should have had that done already. Never mind. I'll get it right all the time. Yeah. Right, a bit more down here. Yeah, you got to be quick with that, because that glue's starting to foam up already. As soon as it comes out of the tube, it starts foaming up. And as you can see, we've got the finchlet on the back. We're nearly finished with the finchlet. Thank Christ. Right. moaning and groaning guy. Get the first clamp on and you're alright. Alright. Get one down the end here on. Come on, get up there. It'll be dropping a bit, but you will go up. Right, where's the knocking stick? Are we going to be happy with that? Yeah, I think we are. Maybe. Maybe not. Come on. That'll do. Right, clamps all along the bottom. Yes, I think somebody says something about once it's done I'll be looking for the next project, but the beauty of it is actually the next project you can actually getting out there and enjoying the narrowboat and enjoying the canal system. Well folks, here we are, Friday evening. The saloon in the galley now is all boarded out both sides. I've had quite a good dung out. And basically I've had enough, so I've got the hot water on, well, the kettle, two kettles, kettle and a saucepan full on the ring, and it's bath and hair wash, or bowl and hair wash, and full strip down and a good old scrub up, because Cindy's coming up tomorrow. She'll be bringing clean bed linen and that, so strip the bed in the morning, and yeah. There we go. So, see you all next week. Again, thanks for all those subscribed, and I'm glad everybody's enjoying it, and I'm enjoying it doing it. So, speak to you all later. Bye for now.